about 29,000 bogus firms involved in input tax credit claims fraudulently getting 44,000 crore and upwards from the government, claiming that money on the back of input tax credit claim have now been identified till the end of 2023. For 6 to 8 months, they've been claiming money from the government. There was a fake GST registration drive, and to identify fake GST registrations, 29,000, a big number there, Krishna.
And look at the number of, the amount we're talking about, over 44,000 crore rupees. That's the kind of money that we're talking about over here. You know, Shweta, as you're rightly pointing out, we're not new to GST frauds being detected. The good thing is that the crackdowns have been successful. Consistent crackdowns by the GST authority has meant that more and more fraudulent entities and fraudulent claims are being picked up. That's certainly good news as far as India's GST collections are concerned. Bear in mind, we also understand that right now they're even looking at a tech shield or technology to help streamline the process of GST and make sure no such fraudulent entities and fraudulent claims take place. And apparently, they're set to use artificial intelligence and other latest technologies to ensure that such fraudulent entities and fraudulent claims don't take place going forward. But the lesson to be learned from all of this is that although GST is a big success as far as streamlining revenues across the country is concerned, what is happening is that many entities choosing to look at the loopholes and finding their own way to claim money that does not owe to them by the government. And at a time when we're looking to improve this economy and where GST collections every month and every quarter, we keep celebrating the increase in GST collections, GST revenue collections, it is important that all of these fraudulent entities and fraudulent claims are weeded out of the system. And if the GST authority is looking at using latest technology like artificial intelligence to do that, all the best to them.
Absolutely. And in the third quarter itself, which is October to December, about 4,153 bogus GST registrations were identified, claiming input tax credit to the tune of 12,000 crore rupees. So we are talking about the last, in fact, 3 months of the last year.
Right.
And, you've got to understand where these GST frauds are happening at the moment. The top state with over 900 GST frauds is Maharashtra, followed by Rajasthan, followed by Delhi, followed by Haryana. No surprise there. When you talk about more businesses operating out of Maharashtra, perhaps more frauds also happening in Maharashtra. And so at number 2 is Rajasthan with 507. At number 3 is Delhi with 483 and Haryana at 424. These were the total number of frauds that were detected from these states only in the preceding or the last 3 months of last year. Big numbers there, Krishna. Also, the detection during December quarter itself protected revenues over 1,300 crore rupees. So, essentially, 41 people were arrested, 31 arrests were made by Central GST Authority. So, both Central GST Authority, State GST Authority making those arrests, identifying those people who are defrauding the GST Authority.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that states like Gujarat and Tamil Nadu are not part of it, because they're also huge GST revenue contributors. In fact, today we had the state-wise breakdown where we had Gujarat contributing about 9.5% growth of GST collections in Gujarat at 9.5%, whereas Tamil Nadu and Telangana were showing growth rates of over 16%. Maharashtra, incidentally, has shown a high GST collections growth of over 18%. So yes, in a sense, that logic applies. When more businesses operate out of a state, the chances of more fraudulent claims that is possible. For even Gurgaon, for that matter, is a startup hub of the country. So there also the logic applies. Not sure how it applies for Rajasthan, but good news here is that high GST collecting states like Tamil Nadu and Gujarat are not featuring in the top 5 as far as the fraudulent claims are concerned, Shweta.
All right, but more or less the numbers are quite staggering, come to think of it, and Indian GST Authority, both at the central level as well as state level, cracking the whip on fraudulent GST realization and the fake claims on input tax credit.